More than 40 upstate counties are receiving grant money to upgrade and repair their sewage systems, including the city of Simpsonville.
And that's where we find Fox Carolina's Lindsey Gibbs live this morning with details on the project. Lindsey.
Good morning. That's right. And Simpsonville is growing. We spoke with the city, who says over the last 10 years, they've had more than 6,500 people move to the city. So now the population is more than 24,000 people. And they say with the more people, they want to make sure that no sewage is coming out where it doesn't need to go. And that's why they are working on completely redoing and renovating the sewage infrastructure here in Simpsonville. Now, Public Works is also hard at work in this project. This comes after the city was granted a grant from the South Carolina Rural Infrastructure Authority of $10 million to rehabilitate their sewer lines. Now, the clay sewer pipes and brick manholes were actually installed more than 50 years ago, and now this project will relieve the pressure of backups and overflows. The grant is to help with downstream sewers that overflow during the rain, and the project will also renovate the pipes that cause the problems with a coating that will prevent stormwater and roots from getting in, all without having to dig up the pipes and replace them. The work will also be done to the brick manholes, covering them with cement to prevent leaks. And this is a look at the sewers the project will address. You can see there the lines in red are the primary concern. This is a map around Simpsonville, and then the lines in green were actually recently renovated and are not in need of rehabilitation. Now, other cities were granted this funding as well, including Greenville, Malden, Easley. Now, Simpsonville is expected to start their project in the next few months. They say it could take a couple of years. 2 years is their timeline, but it could take more if they run into supply chain issues. Of course, we'll keep you updated. For now, here in Simpsonville, Lindsey Gibbs, Fox Carolina News.